Hi, I'm Kimberly Sheahan. I'm the Managing Director of Community Relations here at All Points North Lodge in beautiful Edwards, Colorado. I want to welcome you to come in. We're going to have a virtual ribbon cutting. We're going to do a little tour, and then we're going to speak with our founder and CEO, Noah Nordheimer. So please follow me. Here's our ribbon cutting. Woo-hoo. So come on inside. This is our reception area with our fantastic receptionist here, COVID safe. So come on in, we're going to take a little tour. It's a little hangout area, place to relax. Just sit and relax. And this is our piano that our guests are welcome to play, as well as our high top area where folks can come and enjoy their fresh juices and barista made coffees from our coffee and juice bar, available every day to all of our guests. And then come on into our beautiful lobby and take a look around, as well as our gorgeous dining area. You can see we have views all the way around. Absolutely stunning. Follow me. Gorgeous fire. Now we're going to be joined by our founder and CEO, Noah Nordheimer. Hi, Noah.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Doing awesome. So, welcome to Colorado.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, where are you originally?
So I'm originally from Washington, D.C. I relocated to Southern California about 10 years ago. And I now live in Malibu, California, which is where the APN corporate office is.
Awesome. And, you know, with everything that's going on in the world right now, COVID-19 and all of the social distancing and things, how is it affecting you out in Malibu and here at All Points North Lodge, professionally and personally?
You know, I think all of us are learning how to adapt to this. Certainly I like to joke around and say that I've been socially distancing for about 10 years too. But the reality is this is a whole different experience that we're all going through. I think everyone has some different reaction to this. And I think certainly there's isolation, there's loneliness, there's, some of us are now teachers and we weren't necessarily even the best students. So it's challenging, it's different, but we're healthy. We're lucky, that we are in the position we're in to help other people and continue to be working right now when others aren't. So I think we're just really lucky, and I'm thankful for everything we have and are able to do for others right now.
I couldn't agree more. Discussing COVID-19, what is All Points North doing for the safety and protection of their employees and also for their clients?
Sure. So we started working remotely in the California office, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks before the rest of the area really shut down. I think we had some good insight into what was going on, and with our staff in Colorado and everything, everyone's temperature is taken at the front door daily. Any signs of any sickness, they're told to stay home and just call in. But I think we've really been on top of it now, implementing testing. And certainly for our clients coming in, we've been able to have an isolation wing where they come in, they're tested, they're put into a wing where they're given room service, effectively given teletherapy for the first few days until their test results come back. And then they can go out in the rest of the population. So we're keeping the environment safe and healthy there.
Yeah, I have to say, as an employee too, I joined out part of New York from Long Island, where I was put through a pretty medically comprehensive time where I had to be isolated and also watched and tested every day to make sure that I didn't have any symptoms of COVID as well. So it is feeling very safe here, and so far it's going extremely well. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
It's a
Now,
great
look, our medical team, our nursing team are unbelievable, and the protocols that they put in place are, it's funny. I've been watching CNN constantly, and to watch how long it took even the press room to implement some of the things that they'd implemented for us, a month and a half ago. It just gives me all the confidence in the world in our team.
Yeah, I agree. They are on top of it. They're doing an amazing job. And our nurses are dedicated and warm and kind and very, very caring for the patients. So awesome.
Coming from a nurse.
Yeah, I'm a little biased. I have some nursing bias. And then can you tell me a little bit, Noah, about the history of the place, North Lodge, and kind of how this came to fruition?
Yeah, we just snapped our fingers one day, and it all came together. All Points North Lodge was something that came out of, I guess it really grew out of, I've been in the space for about almost a decade now. I started with a company called Concerted Care Group, which I'm still the chairman of the board of. And we developed this integrated care model there in the Medicare and Medicaid population. And I think a lot of the things that we learned there, we've applied now to the upper end of the market. But as I really became a resource to family, friends, and others as the president of Concerted Care Group 4 or 5 years ago, I realized as I was referring people all around the country for my family and friends, I really felt like we could develop something better. There's a lot of programs that I respect, and they do great work in certain aspects of whether it's substance abuse or trauma work. But I didn't feel like anyone had brought all the tools together in one facility, and I really just thought we could set the bar higher the same way we did at Concerted Care Group. So that was the vision. Unfortunately, the vision of it was a little easier than the implementation. So 6 court cases, 4 years later, that ended at the Colorado Supreme Court. We won every single one of those cases. It was NIMBY pushback, which we've been through before, and I think that's almost what we're dealing with now. Is we're resilient, and I think as we look at kind of COVID-19 right now, some of that resiliency and training, I guess, in the things that we've been through, help us to prepare for things like this. But I am, I guess, the eternal optimist. But I do think that life doesn't get easier. We just become stronger and more resilient. So everyone, keep your heads up. We will get through this, and we'll come out the other side.
Absolutely, and I can say firsthand that this resiliency has paid off in thousands of ways, because I actually heard a patient lunch yesterday saying to a group of patients that there is no other place to be than here during COVID-19. And that makes me so proud and so excited to be a part of this team. And it just absolutely it just made me so excited to be here. So
yeah,
resiliency absolutely pays off.
Well, the team there is unbelievable. All of you guys are really what makes it special. The facility itself is amazing and beautiful, and I know you're going to give a little bit of a tour, but it's really the team that we brought together that shares the same vision of helping people and doing it holistically and really attacking the stigma of mental health and substance abuse and personal development, and how do we help people just become the best version of themselves without this identification. There's so much that gets in the way of people getting into recovery or getting better, because it's always been made to feel as though there's something wrong with you if you want to grow and work on yourself. Whereas in any other place, that's education, that's growth. Here you have a chronic disease that, you have to walk into a room and identify yourself, which has never really happened in any other chronic disease. So I think we're trying to approach things differently and make it, welcoming to all who want to just work on themselves.
Yeah, that's awesome. They always say, I've heard that you don't really choose the behavioral health field. The behavioral health field chooses you.
Yeah.
What drew you into this field?
I had my own personal experience that brought me to this. 20 years ago, I had back surgery. I was an athlete, lacrosse player, and surgeries and all of the impacts. I became dependent on prescription painkillers, and for me, it was a tough road. I eventually got better, and I put it behind me, and I went into development work. I actually developed affordable housing for a long period of my career. It was kind of, I guess, similar to this in the sense of it had a purpose behind it, and doing well by doing good. So I guess I've always been kind of drawn to helping other people, but it wasn't until I was brought an opportunity to invest in a facility on the East Coast, and I realized pretty quickly that they didn't share the same vision or value system as me in terms of helping people and measuring the outcomes. And the more I looked at the space, I just thought overall we could set the bar higher, and that's what we've really set out to do.
It's awesome. And I from the bottom of my heart, look around here, the bar is set incredibly high, and I'm just so proud to be a part of this organization. And it's really amazing. So thank you for all that you've done.
Well, thank you.
It's so great. So I guess the last question is for folks, I guess, what's next for APN Lodge? Like, we have where we are today, and where are we going post-COVID?
We're working on a lot. Obviously, things are changing quickly. I think we've ramped up our telehealth platform. What was 18 months away is now about 3 weeks away in terms of our app. So people will be able to download it on their phone to access the telehealth services. We do have telehealth services that launched this week. And next week, we're launching something called Host, which is Healthcare Organization Support Team, where we'll be providing telehealth services to frontline nurses, doctors, other medical staff, and support staff in hospitals and hotspots like New York, New Orleans, Detroit. So we're trying to help out and do our part. It's a challenging time, and I know everyone in our field really wants to be there for those frontline workers, so it's something we're really excited about.
That's amazing. I'm so excited for those programs to launch, so needed, and it's really extraordinary. If somebody wanted to reach out to All Points North now and either come into the beautiful facility or become part of the telehealth program, how would you ask them to reach out?
If folks go online to www.apnlodge.com, you'll be able to chat directly with a representative around the clock. Mm-hmm. You can call in and talk to a representative. We've got, a whole team and way of connecting to us. So.
Okay. Awesome. Anything else, Noah, you want to talk about while we're here?
No, I think everyone just keep your heads up. We will get through this. I know it's a tough time for a lot of people. I think we've been finding, certainly a lot of people that have found that right now is a good time to go work on yourself. You're not going to miss a lot in the world, and rarely are you able to take off a month or a month and a half without really missing a whole lot from work or family or personal obligations. So I think we're finding people taking advantage of it. And I think the telehealth services are really just starting to ramp up. I think that's going to be the wave of the future for a lot of us.
Okay. Thanks so much, Noah.
Thank you. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.